Hey guys, I was asked to share my details on my finance book. I posted in the Coffee Monster Co. Facebook group a picture of my 5 years worth of these B6 Slim. No, they're not B6, sorry, they're B6 Plus Leuchtturm books that I actually cut a little bit shorter. And I've tabbed with Helen's wonderful little mini tabs for 5 years now. And so I took a picture of the whole stack of them all together because it's actually a really amazing feeling to see a system that really works and to see that sort of continued pattern going on. And so I'm gonna scoot you guys up just a hair. Let's see about that. So anyway, so I posted that picture and just kind of said, you know, like, ooh, cute, and how cool this, it's nice to find that system that works. So anyway, a lot of people asked what my system was. That was obviously, you know, working for me, and that they'd been trying other things and it wasn't working for them. So I wrote a little description of sort of what I have in here, what I do, but several people mentioned they're more visual learners and would love to take a peek inside. And so I obviously can't show you one that I've already been writing in because there is personal details and exact numbers and things to it. So I set up my 2024 and just set it up with the main sections and categories, little bit of my build details, but not with details, so that way I could show you. So first things first, I'm switching covers. All this last year I have been using this is a Moterm. I got it off of one of the journal cell groups, and she will be going back to the journal cell group. I loved it. I love it, I should say. It's got great pockets. It's got one there. It's got one here. I mean, it's got great pockets. It is that same B6. It's a little taller. But I think that's technically so you can really fit the B6 in there. It's not a rings. These are actually bookmarks. So you'd slide it in the cover, pen loop, and I love the closure. But it's always driven me a little crazy that I'm not using one of my Chic Sparrow collections for this, since I have so many Chic Sparrow notebooks. And so when I set this one up, I decided, one, I still have this one in that notebook right now, but I decided to use this. I have 2 Ophelias is what this is. It's a really wonderful hide. Just absolutely love the characters that come on these. I mean, just and it's very soft and foldable. So I decided to use this one since I have 2 of these covers. That way I can still use the other one for my everyday carry when I feel like it, since I rotate through those. So that's the cover. It's a B6. It is a cascade. So it does have the pockets, and it has one pocket here. I have everything tucked in how I think I'm going to like it. So I'm not really losing much by going away from the notebook that had more pockets. Because this is such a soft cover, I made a, I guess you could call it like a pencil board. I don't know. It's just a vellum, a little bit firmer, laminated piece of vellum actually is what it is, right? Yeah, okay. Laminated piece of vellum. So it's a little sturdier, a little bit. And so when I put that in this front pocket, it firms it up just a little bit because it's very soft. And so by putting this guy in there, it just gives it just a little bit more structure for that spot. And I'm super proud of this. I ended up making it a pen loop holder. And so I took a piece of the pen loop elastics that I use when I make my little clip-on ones, and then I just grommeted them right into the the sheet. And so it holds the 2 pens, the 2 highlighters that I use in this journal. So that was really cool. I decided to use this stencil for my circles. We'll see how long that lasts. I hand drew all my previous circles for like checkbox moments, but I did go a little extra in this one and make it really neat. So I stuck that in there. It fits, so that works. And then my checkbook goes right here. I have to put that off to the side so we don't have any number sharing there, but that's that front inside pocket. I do just have a stack of sticky notes. You never know when you're working on something that other thoughts will come into your head, and so writing it down and being able to move it to my other journal or give it to whoever I need to give to is a really nice thing to have. I have my extra stickers, so I tab 2 times. So I have 2 sets of Helen's wonderful little mini tabs. So one set I go through and I do right away on the monthly pages, and we'll get in here. The other set I do on the months that I'm on. I don't take them off, but here, I can show it on this one. So the one set is the one for the monthly pages. Then this whole other set is when I start doing the breakdown of that month. So I did put January's on because I set up the monthly part of January. So it'll make more sense probably when I get in here. But anyway, I leave those extras here. And then additionally, I do have all of my monthly bill stickers that go on the monthly pages. Last time with this 23, I did all of those ahead of time, and I did really like it. I liked not having to have a real setup month, but a few of my bills have actually changed around a little bit to where the first week is not such a pressured week of knowing I have bills due. Instead, I can take that first week to set this up. So I'm gonna leave them like this right now, but I would not be shocked if I ended up taking those and just filling out the months. So there's that. Okay, so to open it up, like I said, it's a Leuchtturm 1917, and it's a B6 plus, so it's too tall when it comes. It's probably about here on size, and so I take and I cut it down. At this one, I happen to cut from both sides. I tried that to see. The other past ones, I've always just chopped the top off. So there. And I had this really, really pretty card that came with a recent order from, I think that's Lauren Felt Designs, maybe. Anyway, it was just really, really pretty. So I taped that in, and then there's a past year in a glance, but then there's this month's year in a glance. So I use this page for my sinking expenses. I do print out a lot of fonts on clear sticker paper for the setup of this. I find it's just a little bit cleaner and nicer, and it makes me come in here and then I handwrite a lot. So on the sinking expenses page, this is where I put the bills that are only due generally about once or twice. So my car insurance is a twice a year. My Apple TV is a once a year. My kennel license for my business is a once a year. And so rather than being shocked when that bill comes up, I'll put all the color-coded dots on this month page. And then I like to use this other next year's page as well. When I do pay that bill, if it's like something that's going to keep happening, I will go over and put the sticker over here too and just kind of prep. This next one is income. So I do run a small business, and I like to kind of keep track of how we're doing. And so weekly I come in here and fill in the money in and the money out as far as the way my online software, I guess you could call it, my software uses it, what I had to pay for my my program. So I do just kind of mark my transfers, my income in, and the fees of using the card. That's what I'm trying to say. I am doing this video very early in the morning for y'all, just so you know. So anyway, so this is 2024. I will fill all that in. I'll fill that in here. And then it does have next, half of next year? No, all of next year. I won't use those because I'll have next year's journal. Same with this, it's holidays. I really won't use that page. Last time I ended up I actually glued these pages together so I wouldn't even have to worry about flipping to it. I don't think I'll bother with it this time unless it becomes a problem. We are looking into splitting my mortgage payment, possibly one of my car loan payments too. There's some input as far as that really helping pay off things faster and pay it off a little cheaper from the interest payments. So I did set up this page as a place that I will track that if I end up doing it, or we just wrote to the bank to see if we're allowed to do it. So if we are, we'll end up splitting my mortgage from a 1 time a month to a 2 time a month, and then just kind of making a plan here. It may be a spread that I don't use. So this is a new one. Last year I literally still have a sticky note on it of what I maybe was going to use for this page and didn't. So this may be a dead zone as well, but we'll see. It does have both years. This book does start with November, so that is kind of cool if you got into it. But then we're gonna flip right over to January. So I only set up January for you guys. Like I said, right now I have it to where I would do this at the beginning or at the end of January. I'll set up February basically. But I wouldn't be surprised with myself if I just go set up the whole year in this way, because it was really nice to just flip and have this part done. And most of my bills don't change. So I make little bill stickers. You can there's shops galore on Etsy that make bill stickers. That's where I started with getting some, and then I ended up customizing and making my own with my little Cricut machine. But I put the bill sticker on the day it's going to be paid. So for instance, where are they? My credit cards are actually due on the 26th, and I think the 29th is their true due date. I have picked the 25th for the last 4 years on here, and so that way I see it. That's the day. That's the week this is gonna get paid in, and so it's never late. It's never even on time. It's always early for it. And so I've got certain TV shows or TV program subscriptions, my phone, power, gas, massage, all sorts of things like that. The color code for it, the tealish green, is bills that I have to physically do. So they will not get paid if I don't pay them. The brown are auto payments, so they will be coming out of the account for it. So the way I do my accounts is because of that, the small business element of things, and it comes in. I have an account where all the money goes into, and so then I have a separate account where all the money comes out of. And so every Monday I move money from that one account to the account it's going to come out of. And so I'll open this page and look at who it's due this week and move that funds. Here's that sinking expense dot again. So the bill that's due, this happens to be one of my apps I'm subscribed to. So I saw that it was on my monthly, and then I put it here on my monthly. And so that's the monthly spread. I have done no spend tracking on here. Technically spend and no spending, but I did big colors. Actually, I think I can show that. That's nothing too crazy of last January. So yeah, here we go. So I did a really big win color for the days that I didn't spend anything, and then I would not put that and put how much I did spend on days. And then there's several things that are allowed spending that I did. I only did that for about half the year. It was a really interesting kind of project to do, but I'm not really focused on that right now, so I don't think I'll be adding it just yet. It does have a weekly column if you've got extra weekly notes or you want to do summaries or anything like that for it. Okay, so that happens for every month throughout these pages. And it looks like, and it does carry on into January, February, so it's got both sides. There is an index if you need it. For me, I put the yearly tab right here, and I do this spread every time. My credit score, it's good. I don't necessarily fret about it all that much, but it is interesting to kind of see where it started and where it ended for a year. And then the debts, just the total of what is due on these at the beginning of the year. Some of these, it's very great to watch, like the house, watching how, you know, how much my house is going down. Some of these are just more, just, I don't know, to add to this list so it's not three things, because our phones, like, we're getting new phones all the time, and so it'll be like, yay, down to 0, oh, and back up because we get a new phone. So anyway, it's on here, you know, a little bit of facts. I moved it over. It's something I'll fill out again. It's not something I come back and reference a lot or anything, but it's in there. That income is my total income, so I'll take that full month of details and total it up, and then I'll add it to this page so then I can have at a glance a quick one. I didn't do very well on that project this year. This year wasn't very well on journaling in general. So in this book, I have it split into columns so I could compare this year versus last year. But because I didn't do technically last year for this book, I'm just doing the 1 year, and then we'll get back on track of doing that for future. And then we go right into, so this in the design of this book, right up to this page is the details, like the pre-printed pages. After that, it's all dot grid in this one, and so that's where I can make whatever I want on them. And so I stick my January tab. I am doing syncing expenses tabs this time as well. I find that when I'm setting up this journal, I go back to the last one to find out, you know, did I pay it? Did it come out on the same day? Did it go up in price? A handful of things that when I'm filling this out to be more accurate, and trying to find them was sort of a pain in the butt. And so I happen to get these tiny tabs from, where did I stick them? I think they're back here. I think they're Midori. Yeah, I think they're Midori tiny tabs. And that's what I actually went through and matched their color and made my own dots to match these this time, rather than using, we'll tag it below what shop I was using tiny dots from before. I feel like it's a Rachel something. But this time I made my own in clear transparent sticker paper to match the tabs for them. So I'm trying that. I have 2 tabs in each color, so I may, while I've tabbed the month that it's in, I may also tab the actual day, the day that it gets paid to. But I'll see. I might have 2 and have 2 years of tabs easily done. Okay, this is my monthly spread. I list all my bills. I list what I'm budgeting them as coming out of. So some of them I know exactly what they're going to be. My car payment is the same car payment forever. So I know that exact number on that one. My gas bill varies. And so I did write the range this time for the first time ever. And I kind of know which months it's higher and lower. And so I'm actually going to go through. No, I can't do that. I'm going to make a note. I'll add it to my notes section. that range and the dates. So like these months, we're in winter, it is cold, so my gas bill is through the roof. But my power bill is very low right now because we're not using the air conditioners. So those are the ones that really fluctuate. My phone bill will change because, of course, if we're paying off a phone, we're adding a phone, that kind of stuff. So this section is purely a estimated budget of the charges that I should have. This column is the actual payment. So when I end up getting my phone bill and I know exactly what I have to pay in January, I come and I add it to this column here. And then this column is if they don't match. So if they match, it just gets a straight line, doesn't matter. If the gas bill is higher here than my estimate, I will write that number here in red. That's time to introduce the pan. So I do have one of the Uniball style fit pens, and it has five rather. I put 3, but I filled it up. 5 different colors in here. And so I can have a color code system with one pen. And this has been working really well. I did get this new color for this one. I have my black one over there. But so mostly I write in, for this book, a dark brown black, or brown black, not dark. And then, but I do have green, so I can write the bill was actually less than what I estimated. I have a red in that the bill was more than I estimated. I ended up putting a black in here because there are a few things I'm doing in black for the design element part. And then a blue would be any sort of like notes that come to mind that need to stick out from the rest of the colors. So I would fill it in either green or red on this side. Like I said, it would just get a line if it doesn't have anything, and then I can do all the totals in this section. And so I have my bills, I have my credit cards, I have transfers, which is paying employees and things of that sort. And then I have my sinking expenses. Now in this month, I only have one sinking expense, so I ended up squeezing it right here in the bottom of here. I actually went to do it on the back of here, and I was like, ah, shoot, there's only one. And so I ended up just taping 2 pages together for it. You can kind of see the ghosting of that line that was behind there. Doesn't bother me. We'll be past January before you know it. But so if there's more sinking expenses, or for some reason I added more bills, or if you have more or less bills and columns, I often have this side and this side of the month. And I do finish it with a notes section. So I do have a spot to make any, oops, I did miss my PayPal. Ugh, that was such a dumb thing. I did a transfer to add money to my PayPal account, and I forgot to move that money to the account it would actually be coming out of, and so bounced money right on my own self. And so I made a note of, yep, nope, I totally did that. This is what I did. Writing things down helps my brain. I remember it better. All that kind of stuff, as well as having an actual spot I can go look back on and say, oh, that's what happened there. The air conditioner broke, and so we had to spend $1,000 to get the air conditioner fixed. So note section for that. That's the whole monthly. Then I go, so we're still in January. I do Money Mondays. So every Monday I grab this journal and my fancy new calculator. I got to use her yesterday for the first time. It's really awesome. I'll link that below because there's something about the buttons. It was pretty fun. Full adulting here, by the way. But so I do my Money Mondays on Monday if I'm a good girl. And basically I sit down, I make this section each time. So I've got my balances of the 2 accounts that I play with, the one that the money's going to come out of, and I like to see the total of what the income account has been doing. The waiting on section is for any bills that have not come out yet of my account. So I may have paid the water bill. It's a check that I drop across the street, and so they might not have deposited it yet, or the AT&T for whatever reason has decided not to come out for a section. I'm also realizing as I say this, so this is where the sticky notes kind of come in, because I actually don't think my Wi-Fi bill came out for some reason, and I forgot to note that. So I'm gonna have to write them. So sticky note used, boom, I'm gonna stick it on my old journal. There you go, prime example of what your brain will do as you're being busy around this stuff. Okay, oh, it's because it goes in this way, and we're gonna learn. We're a new journal. Okay, back to that page. Okay, so that's exactly what would go here. So I know to account for that money that is actually spent and just waiting on. And then I keep in that account that all my bills come out of, I keep $150 buffer in there, just so if anything, anyway, just if I had to use the card in emergency for something other than bills, if I did forget a bill, for instance, the Wi-Fi happens to be $149.99, so I would be safe, I would not overdraft. And so I will take the waiting on amount, I will subtract it from what is left in my account. I will also subtract that 150, and then this little box here, and I just started the boxes. I normally just write them out, but because I wasn't writing numbers, I wanted to give myself some zones to tell you guys this, and it's pretty cute. I might keep it. But then I'll write the number that is left. So if all went really perfect in a week of me doing this, this box would have an even 150 in it. That means that all my math lined up, nothing random came out, no prices changed. I did all the things correctly. If for some reason, you know, the AT&T decided to come out early, which would be terrible, you would see that this would be a negative, that these numbers would not be matching up. And it doesn't necessarily mean my account is negative, because these things are waiting on, so their money hasn't come out. So usually I catch it in that fashion. I don't overdraft very often at all, but it does happen. But that little system is something. Now I go the next stage of that, so I kind of just do some pre-calculations. It's nothing I need to really mess with at this point. They're just there. And then I do the due this week. So due this week, I flip to that first January tab. It's this, say it's the Monday the 8th, and then I'm going to look through, and I actually look all the way to Monday, because I'm not going to do this until Monday, and I don't know what time I'll get to it on Monday. And so this particular, the 8th week, I'm going to have to do the power, the PayPal transfer, the massage tip, a payday, and all of my vehicles. And so I'm going to write all that down here, tally all that up, and then either add or subtract. So if I have extra money in that account, I can subtract it. If I'm in the red up here that I need extra to cover it, I will add that to this total down here. And then, like I said, I will actually move that money from the income account to the bills out account. And then I actually do have, there's one last sticker. I think it's in the back packet. I'm gonna learn where I stuck everything. Where did I stick that? So it's not, oh, it's on, yeah, that's what it is. It was on here. So where did I put that? I might have thrown it away on accident. Oops. Okay, so the one last sticker that I would use after I know exactly how big this section is, because sometimes this section's only a couple things, sometimes it's big things. But either way, I'll fill out that section. I will grab the highlighter and do my next line, and then I will stick the notes title on that one. And so I do have my weekly notes. So I can have monthly notes, weekly notes, just kind of keeping track of stuff. Sometimes they're just completely empty, nothing goes on them. But I do have a section if I need it. And so, yeah, so that is what I do every Monday. And then I'll do all the Mondays until we're ready for the next month. And then I will set up February's page like this and tab it and go from there. So that's that. And I'm hoping that because the Mondays it's kind of thicker, that's where I'm hoping that my sinking expenses tabs aren't going to be too in the way of things when you look at them with those ones. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be too bad. Okay, so I do have my notes section to show you. So I start this at page 105 and I have plenty of paper on both ends. Plenty of pages to use for all those monthlies and weeklies, and plenty of pages to use to make any notes that I would need to. So the main notes I have, I keep important account numbers here because, like, you know, for my mortgage, it has a weird number that my brain will not remember. And when I'm paying it, you have to plug it in every single month. And same, like my water bill, same thing. I got to know that number. So having that number here just is easy. This book never leaves my house. I don't have to worry about it getting lost or found or anything like that. And you'd have to know a lot more details to use it. So account numbers go there. My bills. So this is both like, well, not really, I guess. I don't need to know like I know this is power. It's got a symbol on it. So I don't need to know that that's the power bill, but I do need to know how much it generally is and when it's generally due. And so that's what'll go here on these, is that I'll put the due date and the general like amount that's it's in there. And like I said, some of these are exact, so I know that for my car it is on the 15th and it is exactly $356.03. And I look at that, I even know the number because it's exactly that number every time. And so yeah, so I'll fill that in so I have a page to reference it. That would also apply since I haven't filled out the rest of the monthlies to know where the heck to put the stickers. So I could look back at this month for it, but for the most part, and as I'm doing this, I am probably going to go fill out these months ahead of time because the bills have been the bills for the most part. I've changed two. I did change two in here. Let's see, I think it's only on my December page. Yeah, I had to do an arrow for that one because that bill ended up moving dates. Yeah, so there it is. And then that came out of a different account and stuff. So I did make some notes on it. But I still think that those notes would have been made. Well, no, the two would have moved. Sorry, again, early. Okay, so like I said, my green ones are ones I have to physically do. This column is the like regular bills. This one is some more unique, so the payday, the transfers, my savings account transfers. Then this one is the regular bills that are auto pay, and then these two over here are my subscriptions. I have two subscriptions for craft supplies, the Coffee Monster Co. and Cocoa Daisy. And then now I actually have two that I didn't have stickers when I was doing this. I have a vitamin I've been subscribed to Taken To, and I just started getting, I haven't even gotten it, I just ordered it 2 days ago, a vitamin for my senior dog. So that may get added to this as well. Mine will, because I'm liking it. There, so, and that way I just know exactly, again, the amount and the when it's due for that page. Now this one, I went extra and did the actual printed sticker paper on this as well. And so this is my color code. So I made some bigger dots of the dots that match the tabs and the little dots, and just stuck them on here, and then put all of their titles for them. And so it's my car registration. Again, that's a once a year bill. I will put the due date and the estimated amount. Yeah, I think it should be able to fit in that column because nothing's too crazy. So I will probably go and do lines to keep them all here now that I have that label part done. And so I will go through for all of these and put the due date and put the estimated how much through there. But then I also have that color code. I probably will make a card with the color code as well, a little bit smaller, double-sided, because that's just really nice to be able to take to that, actually probably to this page, and make sure now, because there's like two reds that are a little bit close together, those two sort of. Most of the other colors are pretty good, versus my stickers was a little hard. There was a few that were a little close in color and made it hard, but I might do that. Might not need to with these new colors. We'll see. But so there's, like I said, color code. I do have it split between my sinking expenses and my subscriptions, because you never know when you cancel a subscription on it. I do have my Amazon subscriptions separate, only because they get paid when my Amazon gets paid for it, but I do usually have a breakdown. I just hadn't decided if I wanted to do more stickers or if I wanted to put dots, so I left it blank, but I will fill those out. And right now that bill actually comes just right to my credit card, so I haven't even needed to use the bill dot for it, because it isn't money I need to move until I pay the credit card. But I do have that section, so you can split it up as much as you want. You can keep it as one big pile. But yeah, and so with the subscription idea, these are app and TV subscriptions, versus these are physical item subscriptions. And so for the physical item ones, I went a little further and I made these pages. And so that way I can mark when the funds were paid. And I'm debating on putting just instead of just a check mark, of actually putting the how much right here, or if I want to put the how much over here. But when I paid the money, when it shipped, and when I got it. And I just went ahead and I took, these are the Coffee Monster Co.'s subscription stickers. I just cut the symbols off of the stickers, and so it doesn't have the words to fit right in here, and I love it. I'm definitely going to be coming back to these spreads today. And yeah, so, and then I have a section, like I can do notes over here, or like I said, I can just do check marks here and the amount over here, a few options for that. But I did that for the Coffee Monsters Co. and my Cocoa Daisy. And then, like I said, I added a vitamin and a vitamin. And so I didn't do their stickers yet, but I will if I decide that I'm sticking with that. This one in particular is interesting because it's a 3-month at a time, so I don't know how often I need to get over here and do it. But these ones being very often should be good. So that's all my sections right now. Like I said, I have tons of paper. Oh, I did do pen test. Pen tests are always great, guys, particularly if you're using a new notebook for the first time. But so I went through a highlighter test and tested this pen right here, and then I did do, I had more of those stickers for the types of bills, and I just stuck them back there as well. So, but like I said, then there's tons more papers for notes if I need it, plenty of room to fill in all of my monthlies, and then obviously the pre-made pages. Well, I hope that helps you get your finances in order. It really has helped me. This has been, like I said, 5 years, lots of learning. There is two other videos. I think they're the same gal. She does a part 1, part 2 on the sinking expenses. That she's the one who would do these monthly pages a little bit. It inspired me in the beginning. I will try and link her below, because that was a really great, very broke down of finding the bills and doing the bills. I don't do my sinking expenses exactly right now. I may try and set that as a goal for this year. Usually I'm in a good spot. My funds are very nice, so I don't fret that when the $900 bill insurance for the car comes around that I'm like scrambling. But the idea with the sinking expenses of breaking that big bill into little bills is a fairly interesting idea. And I do still like it. It's just been an extra to do that hasn't gotten to done. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Have yourself a good day, and I do hope this helps. If you have questions, pop them below. If this was helpful, hit a like. Thank you all. See you later.